Have you ever fired up ChatGPT, typed in a command, and eagerly waited for absolute magic, only to get back a block of text that sounds like a robotic, uninspiring 1990s encyclopedia? Yeah, we've all been there. You ask for a witty social media post, and you get back a paragraph so stiff, it honestly belongs in a textbook. It's incredibly frustrating, right? Because you know these AI tools have access to virtually all human knowledge, yet they somehow still hand you back generic garbage. Well, in today's Explainer, we're going to fix that forever. We are dissecting the exact anatomy of a great prompt to give you the blueprint for getting professional-grade AI output every single time. So why is it that some creators and professionals are out there using AI to write top-tier marketing copy, develop code, and literally build entire businesses, while others can barely get it to write a passable email? The secret is actually incredibly simple. It's not about the AI tool itself at all. It is entirely about how you talk to it. Today, we're going to unlock an AI's true potential just by tweaking the way you communicate with it. The reality of the situation boils down to this one simple truth. The quality of what you get out is entirely determined by the quality of what you put in. Think about it for a second. AI doesn't get writer's block, it doesn't wake up uninspired, and it definitely doesn't need a strong cup of coffee to get going in the morning. The problem is almost always a lack of clear communication from the user. If your input is lazy, vague, or incomplete, the AI has to guess what you mean. And when AI guesses, it always defaults to the most average, boring output possible. Okay, let's dive right into this. According to the framework we're exploring today, every powerful professional prompt is built on 5 essential puzzle pieces: role, task, context, format, and tone. These 5 components make up the definitive anatomy of a perfect prompt. When you lock these 5 elements together, you stop treating the AI like a magic 8-ball that you just shake and hope for the best, and you start directing it like a highly capable senior employee. Let's break down each one so you can see exactly how they work. Step 1 is the role. You have to tell the AI exactly who it is. This is the absolutely crucial first step to grounding its massive amount of knowledge and setting its perspective. When you assign a role, you're essentially telling it which specific corner of its massive database to actually focus on. And why does skipping this completely tank your result? Well, if you don't assign a role, the AI just defaults to being a helpful but entirely vanilla virtual assistant. You're going to get average answers instead of expert ones. For example, simply starting your prompt with "You are an expert copywriter specializing in Instagram captions for fitness brands" instantly filters out all the irrelevant fluff the AI knows. Suddenly, it's no longer thinking like a software engineer, or a pastry chef, or a historian. It's looking at your request purely through the highly specific, targeted lens of a fitness marketing expert. Moving on to the second component, the task. You must be extremely specific about what you want the AI to actually do. Now, I know this sounds obvious, but this is exactly where most people drop the ball. They give vague instructions. And if you're vague here, the final result suffers immensely. Vague requests will always lead to vague, wandering answers. The AI will try to cover way too much ground, lose its focus, and end up giving you a whole lot of nothing. Instead of a vague request, a clear task sounds exactly like this. Write 5 Instagram captions about the benefits of morning workouts. There's absolutely zero ambiguity here. You aren't just telling the AI to loosely talk about fitness. You're defining the exact deliverable, which is 5 distinct captions, and the exact topic they need to cover. Building block number 3 is context. You have to give the AI relevant background information. It desperately needs to know the who and the why behind whatever task you gave it. If you skip the context, you're guaranteed to get generic advice that completely misses the mark. Sure, the output might be factually correct, but without context, it won't resonate with your specific situation or deeply connect with your specific audience. It'll just be empty words on a screen. Imagine adding just one single sentence of background, like, "My audience is working parents aged 28 to 45 who have 30 minutes in the morning." This is a total game changer. Without this specific context, the AI might suggest some grueling 2-hour intense gym routine. But with it, it knows to tailor the content exclusively for busy people who need quick, efficient routines. It stops the AI from generating generic advice that alienates your actual target audience. Step 4 is format. You must specify the output structure. We have to give the AI rigid structural boundaries. Why is skipping this step such a massive mistake? Because if you don't tell the AI how to format the answer, it's just going to dump a massive, unreadable wall of text right on your lap. And then you have to spend your own valuable time reading, editing, and reformatting the results yourself. Let's be honest, having to do the busy work yourself completely defeats the purpose of using an AI to save time in the first place. You really want to think of format as a precise blueprint. By setting specific constraints, like asking for each caption to be exactly 3 to 4 sentences, ending with a question, and including exactly 5 hashtags, you are forcing the AI to deliver exactly what you need, completely ready to copy and paste. You aren't left guessing if the caption will be too long or if it'll forget to add the hashtags. You set the boundaries, and the AI follows them to the letter. Finally, we reach the fifth and final piece of the anatomy: tone. You absolutely need to define the voice of the output. This is the ultimate secret to making the AI sound human and brand appropriate. If you skip this step, your final result will heavily suffer because the text will inevitably sound like a dry college essay or a super stuffy corporate press release. It will completely lack personality, emotion, and that vital human connection we all look for. Setting a tone might look like asking for something energetic, motivating, and conversational. But notice an incredibly important trick here. Telling the AI what tone not to use is just as important as telling it what tone to use. By explicitly banning a corporate or preachy tone, you ensure the output stays warm, engaging, and sounds like a real person talking. So the real magic happens when you see these 5 elements working together. Let's contrast a bad prompt with a great one. A typical bad prompt is just someone typing, "Write a caption about fitness." It has 0 context, no audience, no format. The result? Totally unusable. Now compare that to a masterclass prompt that assigns the role of a fitness creator, specifies the context of busy moms, sets a clear format with a hook and benefits, and defines an encouraging tone. The difference in output quality between these two is literally night and day. Here's another massive trap: asking the AI to simply make this better. Skipping the specific task here severely hurts your result because the word better means absolutely nothing to an AI. Better how? Does it need to be funnier, shorter, more professional? The AI has to guess. Instead, specify exactly how to make it better. Tell it to make the text 20% shorter, use a personal story hook, and add an urgent call to action. That is how you get professional results without any of the frustrating guesswork. Let's look at a practical, everyday example, like writing emails. Simply typing, "Write my email," leaves the AI completely in the dark. It's missing the role, the context, the tone. But when you define the audience as a small business owner, detail the task of offering an AI chatbot setup, give structural boundaries like a 3-paragraph body with a 150-word max, and cap it off with a professional but warm tone, you literally guarantee a professional-grade draft on the very first try. Even for brainstorming, just asking an AI to give me content ideas guarantees you're going to get generic, overused results that won't help you stand out at all. But when you build a full prompt, specifying that it's for LinkedIn, setting your role as a digital marketing consultant, identifying the audience as SME owners, and asking for a numbered list format, it changes everything. You go from getting basic, boring suggestions to mining highly targeted gold. So now that you understand this 5-part anatomy: role, task, context, format, and tone, you don't need to reinvent the wheel every single time you open up an AI tool. You should use these 5 components to build your very own personal prompt library. The source materials suggest starting your library with 5 key categories: a social media caption, an email to a potential client, a content ideas brainstorm, a script for a short video, and a bio or profile description. Build out a perfect 5-step prompt for each of these, tailored to your specific niche, and save them. This brings us to the end of our explainer, and I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. What is the very first prompt you will rewrite today? Think about a task you regularly ask AI to do, where the results have just been overwhelmingly average. Take that simple command, apply the 5 steps we just covered, give it a role, define the task, provide the context, set the format, and dictate the tone. Apply this 5-part anatomy right now, and watch how it multiplies your productivity and upgrades your output from generic garbage to professional grade. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.